Despacito, acuérdate, regula la presión. Second day of Mexican Nationals. Today is Sunday, December 4th or something like that, 8:40 a.m. and I'm on my way to my academy because I don't want to drive all the way to the venue again because it's really far. So instead of that, I'm meeting up with one of my students there and he's going to drive. Yesterday was a good day. 3 of my direct students made it to the podium. Osvaldo got first place, white belt, and my juveniles both won one fight. You know what happened with Eric, so they ended up taking second and third, so it was good. And then my student Andy, who happens to be son of my student Joaquin and the brother of my other student Eric, ended up third. So I mean, it was a good day for the team. Today I only have 2 students competing, Miguel, who happens to be a blue belt, and also Francisco Caudillo, who is my only purple belt at the moment. They have already been national champs several times, so I'm sure they will do okay. So now I'm with my student Joaquin, who signed up for the tournament. He doesn't even know how to drive. I have to coach him even when he's driving. But anyways, I'm with my student Joaquin. He signed up for the tournament, but there's no one in his weight division, so he's not competing. But he's going there to support his teammates. I don't want to believe that he's going just to pick up a shallow medal, but well, who knows with these guys. Back here at the seminar, I'm just waiting for my students' divisions to start so I can coach them, they can win, and I can go to have something to eat. I haven't had breakfast, so I might go to the food trucks outside and have a little something. So it turns out that I have 2 students at blue belt. I forgot about them. No big deal. Students. That one over there is Oscar, and this big boy over here is Miguel. Miguel has been national champ several times now, so I'm hoping he does well. And Oscar just recently joined my association, so he has been my student like for like 4 months, something like that. Oscar's first opponent missed weight, so he's on to the next round. So I think they're in the semifinals both now. So hopefully they will close out the division. Most likely is that they are going to fight the final if they get there, because they are not from the same school. They both are my students, but they train at different academies. Lost some points. Actually the iPad started working halfway through the match, and they didn't realize that the match lasted like 2 minutes more than it should have. I did notice, but I kept my mouth shut because my guy was losing. So you have to, you know, be aware of that stuff. The other coach didn't realize. So, well, he lost anyways, but you know, he just needs a little more time with me. Besides, Miguel is going to wreck this guy. It's time for Miguel's second match. If he wins, I'm going to give him his purple belt. He already won like several times, I don't know how many, and he competes a lot. Miguel won his second match by a rear naked choke, so now we are going to the final. So Miguel won his weight division. He submitted. He finished his first two opponents and won by 5 points on the final. We have another champion. So well, I'm going to graduate him because he won nationals in the gi this year and nationals no gi this year and regionals. But last we're going to have breakfast at some Breaking Bad burrito place, Myth Tacos. Here with our little buddy, the Master Alvarez. He's kind of big. There is my purple belt student. He arrived late, really unprofessional. But well, good thing is that he's already here and that he's going to fight, and we can leave and have more food. He won his first fight on points. Now we're on to the second match. His opponent haven't even had one match, but I consider that's my friend's Treville. But I consider that an advantage because he's already warmed up and the other guy is really, well, hasn't even stretched, I think. I don't know. He lost by submission, but we all win and lose. My team is done for today, for the whole tournament. I'm already running low on battery, so I'll try to be safe with as much as I can. That's my ugliest student, but he happened to win today, so I'm going to allow him to get away with that. he lost, but he actually, there were 4 guys in his division and he faced all the other 3 guys. I'm proud of him. And well, now I'm going to save the battery now. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm finally back home after a really long but amazing week. This week I had the opportunity to hang around some really cool jiu-jitsu guys, very talented people. And starting on Sunday, I got to train with Gio Martinez. Gio is a really good friend of Alexis, so they invite me to one of their training sessions. The most meaningful part of this week started on Monday, because on Monday night I got to train with Eddie Cummings, which is like one of my idols. It's a guy that I really admire. I mean, there are a bunch of talented jiu-jitsu guys, but there are just a few people that I actually can say like I'm a fan of, that I actually admire. I mean, and that doesn't mean like I'm saying like they are the best in the world or anything, although they probably are among the top. So for example, you could say like any top black belt, you know, I acknowledge like for example that BJJ is like had a pretty amazing jiu-jitsu and all that stuff, or Lucas Lepre, but I'm not actually a fan of them, even though I know how good they are. There are just a few people that I actually admire in the jiu-jitsu community. There are probably like just 4, and they are Caio Terra, Rafa Mendes, Eddie Cummings, and Gary Tonon. I admire these guys, well, at least the first 3, because they have had like an impact on my jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu is my life, so if anyone has some kind of impact on my jiu-jitsu, it has an impact on my life, you know. Caio Terra really influenced me when I was a blue belt, until I was probably a brown belt. Like Rafa Mendes, like I really tried to emulate. I kind of learned my passing style from trying to emulate him, obviously like adding some stuff that came from me. Like a year ago, like Eddie Cummings like it really influenced like my bottom game and my leg lock game. I was actually into leg locks before Eddie Cummings, and Gary Tonon kind of made them mainstream, like the hip thing to do, but I really didn't know anything about the heel hook and that stuff. And actually thanks to him I got into this heel hook stuff. There are several reasons, like outside of their jiu-jitsu technique, like regarding their life, that make me like admire them. Well, as a side note, Gary Tonon hasn't really influenced my game, but how can you not be a fan of someone that goes and face someone like Josimar Palares and does what he did to him? You have to be a fan of someone like that. As I was telling you, on Monday I got to train with Eddie Cummings, and also on Tuesday. And on Tuesday I kind of talked with him like a little bit after training. I got to hang a little bit with him. And then on Thursday there was like the weigh-ins, and also at the weigh-ins I got to talk a little for a little time with him. And for me it was really special, first of all because, as I already told you, I'm a big fan of him, but secondly because I feel that I learned a lot from him in this week. I'm not actually talking like about technique. I did try to catch like little detail here and watch what he did while training, but it's hard, you know, to pick those things up just by watching a guy train like for a little bit of time, you know. It's really hard. What I'm talking about, it's more like on the stuff that goes in here, and it's not something like he told me like, oh, you have to do this or that. No, it's some stuff that I realized just by talking with him. I realized a lot of stuff that I'm lacking, like his mentality for training and for competition. I mean, I realized that I'm lacking some stuff in those areas, and I just by talking with him, like having like a conversation, from him, I realized a little bit of how he thinks, and I'm making some adjustments to the way I train, to the way I see competitions, and I'm really thankful for having had the opportunity to learn this, to hang out with him. I mean, it was like a little short time, but I'm truly grateful for that. I mean, for example, you know, you see this guy like come and wreck everyone at EBI, but after talking with him, I believe that he will come and be like, yeah, like this EBI is mine, you know, I'm going to win, etc., or I'm going to wreck this guy. But I realized that this guy doesn't underestimate anyone, not even like, I mean, like guys that on paper obviously will get wrecked by him. He took them seriously. I realized that he took everyone on the card like real seriously. That's something that sometimes guys that are not really as good as him, sometimes we do those things and we lose, you know. I mean, if Eddie Cummings isn't underestimating no one, I think that none of us should ever do that. And some other stuff like how seriously he trains, how he studies his opponents. I mean, it was pretty amazing, guys. I just wanted to tell you that. Also, I got to attend John Danaher's seminar. I already told you that, and I learned a lot about leg locks there. That's why I'm so grateful for this week. Also, I'm currently going through some personal like struggles. Nothing really. Nothing too big, but nonetheless some personal problems. I have been feeling a little down. I'm not going to go like deep into that because the reason I make this vlog is to try to motivate people to keep going on their jiu-jitsu journey or to take up jiu-jitsu, not to vent about my personal problems, but like having like this opportunity right at this moment when I was feeling a little down, it's really valuable to me. Hope that I get to train with Eddie again. Hopefully it will be soon, but for now I'm really grateful. So I'm going to work on what I'm lacking here, and well, that's it, guys. I hope you liked all the vlogs that I did regarding this week. So keep tuned, keep watching the vlog, subscribe, and I'll watch you next time.